So we'll see how it's going. Apologies to all our viewers out there, but we had to switch computers. For some reason, the other computer was just not working out. It happens. Technology.
We'll get to see how this black team's come along, how they're playing against this crowd. Oh, we see, as soon as we jump in, we see Anthony Randazzo landing an ultimate on Vladimir and getting a kill.
All right. So, looks like the Wolves Black is taking a 1,000 gold lead and a 15-11 kill lead. So, Wolves Black here putting a strong showing as we reach the 20-minute mark, 20-minute and 30-second mark.
Ethan getting a kill on Ivern.
And it looks like Wolves Black has a 2-0 tower lead. We'll get back in. Alright, so seems like we're having technical issues all around our... We're going to see a pause here in just a minute, so... Alright, as of right now, looks like Wolves Black has a 5 kill lead, but only a 1,000 gold lead, so... Warwick coming in with a double kill down in bot lane. I also want to mention we have a tie as far as the towers go, so both teams with a 2-tower... right now, 2-tower count. And the Crimson, it looks like, has a dragon. Which one is that? The Cloud Drake?
They have Cloud Drake, yes.
Yeah, so I figured this would definitely be an interesting matchup with both teams being fairly new players.
Since we are behind, I think it's best we take a look at these scores to see how everyone's doing. At the moment, we see our scores. Dylan Mays is sitting 7-0 against the Cho'Gath in the top lane. He's putting on a display, showing his abuse, showing what Darius can do against another tank. We have Anthony Randazzo as Warwick.
What's going on here?
He has put it on directed camera. It'll follow right here in a minute. Yeah, there it goes. We have Anthony Randazzo sitting at 4-2-6 as Warwick. Ethan Alexander, who you see right now going in on the Cho'Gath, sitting at 5-4. Looks like he's in trouble here, though. He might lose this fight here. Does he? Yes. It's unfortunate for him. He almost won that trade despite being at a disadvantage in health. We see Destiny Sally sitting 4-6-2 as Vayne, which is no issue because Vayne is a hard hyper carry in the late game. And she's still sitting pretty decently even as she sits. Which one is it?
I don't know. Tab. This is the one that pulls it up. How you keep it?
And we have Michelle Perry sitting at 0-1-6.
So, Michelle coming in with a lot of support there, getting those assists. Those assists do mean a lot.
There's the pause.
And here is the pause. It appears that we're having some connection issues here at the high school. Although I don't think this pause will last too long. I don't know.
Going over what has happened so far, though, we see that Mccracken County has taken a 1-tower lead, and they've taken the gold lead back by 400. Destiny running away.
So Mccracken, the Crimson, doing a lot of pushing here in bot lane, trying to get another one of those towers.
Oh, we see Dylan going in, hits a Q. He's chasing.
And he's backed off.
Bot lane seems to be at a disadvantage for the Black at the moment, seeing as Destiny is just below, way below a quarter health, in dangerous territory sitting at this point.
Yeah, and she's playing awful risky here as she still continues to fight. One good hit by the Crimson.
Ethan with a shred. He destroyed Soraka. And that took his advantage.
And that puts the Wolves Black back on top with a 3-3 tower and a 1,000 gold lead. So Wolves Black here hanging in there. Darius doing a lot of damage there in mid lane. And as it looks like Warwick may be trying to go after another Drake here.
And he misses the pull.
Let's check in on Warwick. Is he going to be able to get this dragon? Yes, Warwick does get the Infernal Drake.
Bot lane seems to be pushed up. Rengar ADC was an interesting pick, but at the same time, you have Soraka and Ivern. You have a really hard supporting cast, almost like a funnel, but not a funnel. You have Ivern as a jungler is more of a supportive type jungler. He's not tanky. He doesn't do like massive amounts of damage, but he will help, and he will help Rengar because of the bushes. We see Wolfe County starting to pull ahead in the kills now too. They caught back up in towers. They've taken almost 2,000 gold lead, and they're ahead by 8 kills.
And looks like we're still having some connection issues here. For some reason, it's just being awful choppy. It most certainly is not the computer issue on this time. It must be our internet. So we're gonna hang in here and hopefully we can finish the matchup. As Wolves Black continue to put a lot of pressure here on mid lane as they are attempting to go for another tower. Looks like Wolves Black has managed to get another tower here. They're at a 4-3 tower lead. So, Destiny sadly gets slain there in the bot lane, playing a little too aggressive there. As Wolves Black continue to hold a 23-16 kill lead, that gold lead is starting to swell up to about 2,000 gold now, as Warwick has moved up top now to try to put some pressure on top lane. Wolves Black starting to gain a little bit of momentum here in the late game. Can the Crimson come back and shut down? And the Crimson coming in with 2 kills there, 2 very critical kills as they try to mount a comeback here.
Oh, it's a shutdown on Dylan.
In fact, they've actually took the gold lead, so huge play there by the Crimson.
700 gold shutdown. They're taking this advantage to push. There's no real pressure at the moment. Or at least they believe so. Oh, and Daisy with the knockup. Ivern has that pet, his follower, if you will, is Daisy.
And as the entire Crimson here has a level advantage as well, they're just putting all kinds of pressure on Wolves Black here in the bot lane.
Rengar looks like he wants to dive this. definitely being the aggressor. Putting bushes all the way across the lane. They want Rengar as much as he can. They want him to be aggressive as much as he can. But it looks like he's getting poked down here.
Wolves Black getting a lot of good hits in here.
That Soraka escaped to the life, so did Rengar.
And here comes Warwick from the jungle. Can he jump in and can he get this? Oh!
The root, the save, and the kill from Ethan on Talon.
Warwick just smashing through those minions.
He's fast. Warwick is fast, and there's no other way to put it. He's a big fast boy. Look at him go. Look at him go. Just a dive.
Anthony Randazzo there with the Warwick play. Coming in strong. Are they going to be able to take this tower here?
Vladimir wants a piece of this blow. He thinks he can stop, and he shuts down Ethan.
This is huge for the Wolves Black as they get another one. As Michelle Perry comes in there with a kill.
We see a steady 1,500 gold. I don't know, 1,600 gold advantage for the black team as they're going for it.
As Destiny's getting awfully far in the base.
That might have been a mistake.
Can she escape with and they are going to take that turret in the base. And Destiny Sally does escape. As they retreat to try to regather themselves.
Ivor's going in by himself. There's right. Oh, the ult from...
And is done for.
The silence from Soraka's hard to deal with, especially when you have an ult that's as useful as Warwick. If it just gets canceled, there's nothing you can do.
Crimson did a great play there, baiting Warwick in and just surrounded him and totally annihilating Warwick on that play.
4 pushing bottom lane. This leaves an open and completely open mid lane at the moment.
Wolf Black does have a 6-3 tower lead, and they are tied in the dragon count as well, but a 5 kill lead.
Ethan getting a little too aggressive there, going in on 2, especially of Vladimir.
Can the Darius get the double kill here? Almost.
The heal, that was good timing on the heal from the Rengar though, as he was able to basically mitigate everything Darius had to put out, and he had max stacks too. Darius's hemorrhage stacks will wreak havoc on anyone, and that was just good timing.
As Wolf Black push into their base here, they may go after this inhibitor. That will mean super minions for the Wolves Black team.
The big fight here, Vlad gets caught out, but he's gonna activate his cesspool and walk away, as he has to burn flash to do so too. We see Mccracken County really focused on this bottom lane at the moment, being as it's pushed up as far as it is, but not focused on the mid as a massive wave is shoved up underneath it. Destiny coming from top as she had to split earlier.
It's going to be interesting to see how Wolves Black adapt to this lengthy game. Wolves Black are not used to playing as lengthy of a game. Most of these matches don't go this late. So.
Oh, and down goes Ethan, sitting at 8 and 9. He's gone 2 for 4 since his last shutdown. He's having a bit of a rough time with these engages. Maybe a little bit too anxious, if you will.
And as we see here, 3 of them. Dylan, Michelle, and Destiny maybe trying to get this mid tower.
The gold advantage even now. There's no real gold advantage at the moment. Maybe 100 gold in favor of Mccracken County, but the tower advantage for the Wolves Black is sitting at 6-3.
Well, when you look at this farm count here, though, their mid laner is just soaring above everybody on farming.
With exception of maybe Anthony or the Mccracken's top laner who's playing Cho'Gath. Dylan's putting a pretty good farm too.
Yeah.
Still sitting at 8-1, and Darius is never one that you need to sleep on. He will do the most damage in most team fights if he's fed.
So Wolves Black trying to capitalize here on these super minions, but not seeming to do a whole lot at this point. Can they gather themselves and try to push to win this thing in the next few minutes?
We see a 3-for-1 trade in favor of the black team at the moment, as the only one that falls is Ethan. Looks like Anthony's going to try to solo the dragon. If he takes this dragon, the elder dragon will spawn. He's going to fight. He's going to have to fight Vladimir first for it, and it's a matter of who heals the most. And it looks like it's going to be Anthony as he ends up beating Vladimir in a pure 1v1. As he's down at the dragon, and the rest of the black team is trying to take Baron.
And Warwick is on his way up the river to try to help. Maybe. Nope, he is turned around.
This is slightly dangerous, seeing as Warwick is down in the mid. They have no smite pressure on that Baron, and that would give Ivern free reign if he knew they were there. But it looks like they're going to take it free and uncontested entirely. Wow, that's not what you see a lot of. You don't see a lot of uncontested Barons. That's just basically free. A 9-kill lead in favor of the black team at the moment, and a 3,000 gold lead as they take out Cho'Gath. And Dylan's sitting at 9-1 on this Darius. Everyone seems to be pretty even in terms of the impact that they've made in this game. We see Michelle sitting 3-1-12, showing some skill at support, especially on Sona. And Sona's a late game support, so she needs time, and she's done very well holding her own in the lane, especially helping out Destiny, another late game champion playing Vayne. Oh, there's the jumper. Here comes the heal. Here comes the ulti, and Anthony gets a kill on Warwick. Oh, Soraka gets the shutdown on Vayne, as we see. The jump from Talon. The W, the slow, doesn't go off, but Anthony's just too fast on this Warwick. With the speed boost from Sona combined, he's running. As he gets rooted, I think Ivern might escape here. Looks like Ivern will.
And trying to go all the way there. It's a good thing he turned around.
One thing for sure is this is a very long, drug-out game. Another fight here. Another fight breaks out in the jungle between Warwick and Vladimir, as Vladimir has Dazanya, but Warwick's just going to town. Going to town, going to chase him. He's going to be too fast. There's the slow, and securing another kill. These meaty grinds between Warwick and Vladimir are entertaining to watch, but there's nothing Vladimir can do at the moment with Warwick. Warwick's too strong. He's too much of a bruiser. He does too much damage. Looks like they're pushing for an end here, as Cho'Gath comes in trying to do whatever he can to stop, but he misses his cue.
Both Nexus towers go down as Wolves Black here. We're getting awfully close to a victory here, close to the Nexus.
Oh, the black team made a mistake focusing Cho'Gath. They would turn on Soraka. They could have won that fight a little faster, but it still looks like they're salvaging what they can out of it, as we see a shutdown on... Oh, and the dunk to end it. The minions win the game as Dylan May secures a dunk on Soraka and victory for the black team.
All right, so the Wolves Black come away victorious against the Mccracken County Crimson in Game 1. We'll be right back with our player of the game in just a moment. All right. So we are back here with the player of the game, Dylan Mays. Dylan, excellent performance out there as a Darius. Looks like you finished 11 and 1 and 8 and finished with the dunk there on the Nexus. So what are your thoughts about the matchup?
Dunking is very fun.
Yes. So you came away with the most gold that matchup. So what was your idea going into this matchup?
That I would dunk on him.
Well, that's good. So
I don't know what else to say.
as a member of the black team, you guys have struggled a little bit this season, but I feel like you've grown immensely as an individual and as a team. So as we start to end the season here, you know, what's some of your fondest memories of the season?
I've dunked so much that I don't really know if I can pick one. But if I had to choose, I'd say probably this match in particular, because I'm pretty sure this is our first win, right?
No, this is the third. This is the third match win. You guys were 2-10, I believe, before this matchup. So
this is definitely the match that we performed the best on.
yes,
And it's just really good seeing how everyone, considering that most of the people on the team were new when we started, it's nice to see how we've all grown and gotten better over this season.
would you like to give a shout out to any of your friends or family or anything, or your teammates or anybody?
My dog Otto is really cute, and I think about him a lot, and he gives me a lot of motivation to keep going with this.
Good
Because
deal.
he gets really excited when I come home.
All right, this is Junior Dylan Mays, player of the game for Game 1 against Mccracken County. So, Dylan, thank you for joining us. And we will be back in just a few minutes with round 2 between the Wolves Black and Mccracken County Crimson. Thanks for joining us.